Hello.
Hi, Mario.
How are you?
Baruch Hashem. Baruch Hashem. Yeah. Guess they couldn't make it earlier, huh?
I don't know. I just get his email and I passed the information. Okay. Dalet, right? And then number 4, right?
Number 4. Yeah. Where's Harold? Is he out of town these days?
No,
Oh,
well, he was in shul yesterday.
he wasn't sure?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
so you're available.
Ja, was machst du?
Good, and you?
Good. I see Jake Litwin is on. Who's on with Jake Litwin?
It's
I'm here.
Oh, huh?
Trying it out.
Oh, nice. Very nice. Welcome.
Thank you.
Where is our fearless leader? That's the kasha.
he's being fearless. There he is.
Hi, Jakey.
Hello.
My son-in-law
already-
is studying the Daf too.
Okay. Welcome, Jake.
Thank you.
Okay, we're on Dalid.
Mhm.
Tuvis Dalid. So we said that oinus would be if they had prepared the bread and the meat and the wine for a wedding, and the chassan's father passed away, or the kala's mother passed away. Why them? They are the most important people in preparing for the wedding. In that case, they don't bury the mace right away. They put the mace in a room. They put the chassan and kal in the chuppah and they marry them. Uboil bilas mitzvah. They have relations. Upoirish. And then he separates from his wife, and then they bury the mace. And then noyeg shivim mishta. Then it's now like a yontif. Since he already got married, and if somebody gets buried in a yontif, the shiva gets pushed off until after yontif. So Rashi says it's like a yontif. The avelis is not chal on him, and they can do the sheva brachas. Then only after the sheva brachas do they do shiva. Those days, they don't do yichud. We're worried that they're going to have relations. And an ovel doing shiva is osir, b'tash b'shamita. And even during the 7 days of the sheva brachas, things b'tzina an ovel has to observe, so they don't have tashmish during that week either. However, you allow the kala to wear jewelry even during avelas and the whole 30 days, because we don't want her to become ugly in the eyes of the husband. Now, these permissions, davka aviv shel chassan or ima shel kala, it's not any parent, father of the chassan, mother of the kala. Deleka inish l'tarchluhu, because they're the ones who do all the work. Aval ibchalo. But if the mother of the chassan, or the father of the kala passed away, since there's someone to do to take care of the mishteh, so then first they do the avelas, and then only later they push off the wedding until later. When do we allow them to get married? They've already put water on the meat, so you can't sell it. They don't cook it right away. It's going to be a big loss. So they're allowed to carry on with the wedding. If they haven't put water on the meat, they can sell it and push the wedding off. Amarava. Uvikrach in a big city. There's so many people who would buy meat in any situation in a big city, and it's not going to be a big loss. So you don't push off the avelas in a big city, even if they put water on the meat. And Amar of Papa Bikvar, in a village, in a village, no matter what, you don't sell it, because you're not going to find people to buy it very well. So Ella de Rav Chisda echem mishkachaslo. So Rav Chisda, who argued between whether you put the water or not, in what case does it work? Amar Vashi, Kigon Masa Machse, the Mavka Mikrach. It's smaller than a big city. Umavka Mikra, but it's bigger than a village. Tanya Kavosik Rav Chisda. There's a baraisa like Rav Chisda. Aresha Epita Afui. The bread was baked. V'tivchu tavuach. And the meat was shechted. V'yeno mazu. And the wine was poured. V'nosam mayim al gabi basar. And they put the water on the meat. Umei saviv shel chosno imet shel kala. So they don't want to lose the money. Machdisin hameis l'cheder v'sa chosno kol l'chuppah. They marry the chosno l'chuppah first. And royal bias mitzvah push. They have relations and they separate. Then they bury the mace. But it's like having an Avelis start on Yontif. You don't start it, you push it off until after Yontif. So therefore, you don't noig shivas yimei mishteh. V'achakach noig shivas yimei Avelis. V'chol osna yomim hu yosher ben anoshim v'ishto yishem ben anoshim. He sleeps with the men, she sleeps with the women. V'chei misha pirsa ishto nida. If the woman became a nida at the time of the chuppah, hu yosher ben anoshim v'yishem ben anoshim. Same thing. They sleep separate. You don't keep jewelry away from the caliph the whole 30 days. You can't have relations for the first time Friday night because you're going to make a wound when you open up the basulim. Motzei Shabbos, we don't know what that, why not? The Gemara will explain that. Abraham. Hu yashin bein anoshim v'hi yishem bein anoshim. They sleep separately. So even during the Sheva Yemei HaMishteh, B'tzina, they have to keep Avelis stuff is kept privately. So since it's usher to have relations during Shiva, you can't have Tashmish even during those first 7 days because it's like Yontif. And Yontif, you carry out Avelis things that you do privately. Right? Dvorim shotzina noyeg. Darsh Rav Yosef ben Rav Mishmei Rav. Lo yishana shelo ba. When we say that we don't allow the chos and kala to do yichud if she became a nida, that's if he hadn't had relations with her yet. And therefore, we're concerned that even though she's a nida, he'll sleep with her. But if he had relations and then she became a nida, he can sleep with his wife. We're not choishesh that they're going to have relations even though she's a nida. Now, in our cases that we've been learning by the Avelis, where they sleep together and then they bury the mace, why should they not sleep together? Why should it be any different than Pirsa Nida? So Kika Amar Pirsa Ishto Nida. That case over there, where it says that Kishabal Ishto Yishena Imo, that's only by a Nida case, not by a Velis. Freit the Gemara, V'havachein Ktani. And this also, that an Avel is like a Pirsa Nida case. So the Gemara says, Hachi Kama. This I have to understand. L'chein, Misha Pirsa Ishto Nida V'lo Baal. If his wife had become a Nida and he hadn't had relations with her yet, then they separate them. Yasher ben Anoshim, Ishto Yishem ben Anoshim. L'meimer Davel is Kil Leminida. Comes out from this that it's Avelis is more makel. Because we said if it's Nida, we're a soymech if they already had relations and we're not choishesh. But by Avelis, we are choishesh. We don't let them to do yichud. Is that so? Things that a wife does for his husband, Nida oisel bayla. Nida can do it as well. Chutz mimzigas, things that are very intimate. The wife can't pour his cup of wine, or cannot make the bed. Vatzosamita. Wives used to do harchatzas panav yodav roglav, washing their hands, feet, and legs. So that they can't do. But ilu gabi avelis tanya, aval pishamru ein adam rishayla kofes ishto lios kocheles lios posekes. Even though a man can force his wife who is an avel to put on makeup, during avelis, she's allowed to pour the cup. So how lo kasha? Kan bavelis didei. Here's avelis. The kan bavelis dida. In his eyes, avelis is not chomer like Isser Nida. But when the Isha is the avela, and she broke out and he tries to talk her into having relations, she's not going to listen. So they don't need special gzeiros when she's the avel. One of the cases was the mother of the kala. So kiktani ashara, it's on the other things, not the other dinei avelis, but not separating them in terms of letting them sleep together. Umishani ben avelis didei lavelis didah. Indeed, do we find an afkamina difference between the man's avelis and the woman's avelis? Vatanya. We learn a brayso. Misha meis chavib o chamoso. A man's father-in-law or mother-in-law passed away. So his wife's parents. He can't force her to put on makeup. They turn over the bed and they practice avelis. They don't have tashmish. The kala's mother-in-law or father-in-law passed away, the husband's parents. She also has to refrain from putting on makeup. And they turn the mattress upside down. They don't have tashmish. So you see, there's no difference. Tani bavelis didei. We're talking about his avelis. Hu yashin ben anoshim v'ishto yishena ben anoshim. And not in both cases. Which means both. It's only on makeup, but not on relations. Which means she's with him. My love imo bamita means they're in bed together. Lo, imo babayis, they're in the same house, but no relations. If one of the wife's relatives pass away, in her face, in front of her, nahoga v'leisa. When you're not in front of her, you don't have to be noyeg avelis. So imo means befonov. How can you compare avelis here in our case when they're getting married to general avelis? Avelis is the al machomir. Regular avelis is machmir. We're not going to come to be misasal. Avelis da'acha kiven dakila rabbanon. The rabbanon made some kulas by getting married and then becoming an avel. If they're not stringent regarding these things, asil is a zulabe. Now my kula. What are the leniencies that Chachamim did? We allow them to have relations before they bury the mace. Boil bilas mitzvah poiresh. So hasa mishum there's no avelis yet. The avelis only starts by burial. Either Rabbi Yezer, either Achi Pesach Habayis, until the avelis doesn't start until you take the corpse out of the house. Either Rabbi Yeshua Achi to Magoilo, until you pile the dirt above the grave at least a tefach. Ela diktani noig shivas ima mishta. The kula is that they allow them to have sheva brachos, but achar kach no shivi me avelis. Amar mar ben kach lo yivo lo be'erev Shabbos v'lo b'masei Shabbos. They can't have relations Friday or Shabbos at night. Bishul be'erev Shabbos bishul chabura. You're not allowed to make a wound on Shabbos. Ela b'masei Shabbos amaylo. Rav Zera, Mishum Cheshbonos. We'll see what the Cheshbonos are. Tomorrow we're going to learn at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
8 o'clock. Have a good week, everybody. Have a good beginning.
Thank you.
Week. Bye.